Welcome back, viewers and subscribers. It's your girl, Star Flames, and we're back with another video. In this video, guys, we're gonna talk about Sloan Bella, basically sharing a little bit more insight on what is going on with Ye. Now, as you guys know, it was about 2.5 years, somewhere close to 3 years at this point in time, that she did a video that spoke about the uncombing of Ye's mind. Also, in case you guys are not aware, she's a psychic medium. She does energetic reading, channeling, and all of those stuff for those who believe those kind of stuff, right? Just sharing information with you guys, not saying you should accept or deny, believe, or disbelieve. I'm sharing information, and it's up to you guys to do whatever you want to do with the information that I'm sharing with you all, okay? So just wanted you guys to make note of that. Now, as I was saying, she's a psychic medium. She does a lot of celebrity energetic reading. She did one about 2.5 years ago that spoke about, the controlling of Ye's mind, the honeycomb system. And she basically said that even if Ye had left a thread to find his way back, he would not be able to do so. Now, on one of her live videos, because Ye is grabbing everyone's attention and people are getting concerned. And while we can say a lot of things that he has posted, a lot of things that he has said is true, a lot of it is also equally repulsive at the same time. And it makes you wonder what is truly going on with this man. For example, he said that his dick is hard for trans kitty cat, and so many of his fans are in complete shock that they're trying to cover up some of the things that he has been posting on his Twitter page. So what they'll do is come to my comment section and say, oh, it's the media who said it. They'll say if you believe anything that he says, and if you take it serious, something is seriously wrong with you. So he has a few fans who are willing to acknowledge that something is wrong with everyone else, and he is the one who is okay, when I believe that at this point in time, no matter who you are, you ought to see that something is severely wrong with the guy. Ye telling the world that is DICK longs for trans kitty cat, that's like one of the biggest red flags in something is wrong with Kanye West, okay? It's not him just trying to trigger people. It's not rage baiting. This is a cry for help, okay? Now, Sloan Bella is basically revealing that Ye was MK Ultra'd. He was basically born into the system, and what they have on him is kind of like a MK Ultra. Now, if you look up what MK Ultra is, it's like a CIA clandestine programming that they do on people. It's like very controversial, but I do believe it exists, because if you look at a lot of things that happens around us, you can tell that it exists. If you understand the Amanda Bynes story, Britney Spears, you can see that these people have been changed into a different version of themselves. Also with Britney, they have been giving her lithium at such high dose for over a period of time, beyond the period of time that it is required for. So you know that with Britney, it's just basically over for her. Well, let me not say that, because I'm not God and I have no control in terms of those things, because the supernatural does exist and God does work miracle. But Britney mentally, she's going to need to get assistance for the rest of her life. Now, Ye is in that same category. MK Ultra, he was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, as you guys can remember, but he tries to cover it up whenever he's good, because he evidently is ashamed of it. And he says, you know what? He has autism, but as you can tell, something is going on with him. Sloan Bella is saying it is MK Ultra. So I want you guys to take a look at this clip with me. Then we're going to come back and talk some more about this.
I don't know that Kanye, I'm going to say something to you. Kanye says a lot of things that are right and a lot of things that are wrong. However, he's a product of the system through birth. And he's also been MK Ultra'd. So a lot of Ashley, that's so cute. A lot of people that are like him, like Britney Spears, they have been MK Ultra'd. Yeah, Britney Spears. You could tell. Would you remember? Oh my God, Ashley Judd, Madonna, and when Trump was in first office, and they were like on some thing where they were like, Madonna's like, you know, talking, and their vitriol is like tangible. That's MK Ultra. Like they're literally, yes, I saw Kanye in a version of that type of outfit. Yes. They're not, do they wear black or do they wear white? That's where it's confusing. And is he after white people, or I'm so confused? Cause I don't know. Or is he just a fuck you in your face? Cause he strikes me very fuck you in your face. I know he's a Sag, but I forget his rising. I feel it's gotta be Aquarius in there. But he is MK Ultra. Don't kid yourself. He is MK Ultra. They know how to use the mind control, and they've been doing it since Hitler. And I don't know that he's a clown. He says some very real things when he stands up and tells you what they're doing. And then they, you know, it's a Catholic outfit. Ah, Satanists. Got it. It's all reverse world. I get in so much trouble. Yeah. I don't know what he's.
So the MK Ultra program was revealed in the 1970s. So that tells you just how long this thing has been around and how long they've been experimenting on people. Also, as you guys can hear, Sloan Bella says that he was basically born into this system. So that's why I've always said to you guys, to me, it's just weird how so many Hollywood celebrities have been diagnosed with bipolar disorder. For me, that was like a major red flag because ain't no way so many people who can afford a better lifestyle, healthier living, making good money, all of them are just mentally ill. Also, most recently, what came out in a court document as it relates to some lawsuits against Bravo. Basically, they have basically said that there was this document that I came across on Twitter that basically says that more than 90% of the housewives suffer from some kind of mental illness. And it's just so telling, even though people do those things to gaslight people and make them look bad, but you can definitely tell that, you know, something is really weird as it relates to these celebrities, Hollywood, and everything. So as it relates to Ye, she's saying that, you know, Ye was basically born into this system. If you watch the video that she did, the honeycombing of Kanye West's mind, that video ties it into this because when she said that he was basically born into this system, she basically spoke about soul contract, his mother, you know, being a part of all of this. Now, I know that a lot of people, when they say that these things are a lie or these stories are made up, it's because, it's not that these people are being hateful or mean or anything like that. Even to me or others in the comment section, some of these people, they just really, really and truly want you to be good. And because they want you to be good and they cannot bring themselves to accept that something is wrong with someone that they've looked up to for so many years, admired and adored, they will just be in denial. And with them being in denial, and it's why they consistently support this behavior. But if this programming exists, MK Ultra through the CIA, then naturally there's a counteractive measure that also exists. Everything, just as though you have darkness, you have light to counteract the darkness. So I want you guys to think of that consciously. MK Ultra program exists, CIA exists, but you bet there's a group of people that basically despise the CIA, their entire programming network and system. So as such, what do you think here? If they did this to you, someone somewhere can actually reverse this, has some kind of therapy or treatment for this, but it's just up to you to find that therapy or treatment. But normally when they're like this, once they realize that their functionality for the most parts it's all together, then they will not see anything wrong. They will not see a problem. So as such, it's why he's basically telling the world that, his wife tried to get him institutionalized and absolutely nothing is wrong with him. And, it's unfortunate and it's sad, but at the same time, what can we do? What's the only thing that we can do in this case? We can only pray for Ye and wish him all the best. Well, also, just remembering from that video that Sloan did, she basically said that, he was going to find some amount of stability eventually, and he is going to wake up to realize that he's leading God's people down the correct path, and he's going to realize what path he should be leading people on. So as I've always said to you guys, even though this is bad and it looks so bad, don't count him out yet, because he's not dead. He's still alive. Once there's life, the possibilities are always endless. But at the same time, a lot of the things are so repulsive. And I observe that when we come together collectively to say, yeah, this is not okay, this is when he pulls back even a little bit. So can we come together as a collective to send prayers, positive energy, and say, yeah, get some help? Leave a comment below. Are you willing to do this? Leave a comment below. Also, what's your take on Sloan Bella basically saying that Ye is under MK Ultra programming? I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? While you're at it, do all you need to do to support this video, because I think that it's really important for videos like this to go out. If you haven't shown your support in any other videos, I believe this one is a important one for you guys to share your support on, so that you can bring some kind of awareness to the masses. And also, what I want to encourage you guys to do, so that you can see that something is effed up with Hollywood, and that is just do a random Google search of celebrities that have been diagnosed with bipolar, schizophrenia, different mental disorders. And you can't say it's just the movie industry, because there are film industry that exists in other parts of the world. And when you look at what goes on in other parts of the world with these actors and actresses, in no way you're finding this high level of mental health problems against actors, not against, but amongst actors and actresses that resides in other parts of the world, that works with other film industry, movie industry in other parts of the world. It's just the steady amount in the United States. So this in itself is saying something has gone severely wrong. There's a huge problem. What is that problem? So I want you guys to just do a random Google search and you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, that's it. Peace.